worse than dissecting the frogs and pigs that we did in high
Yeah.
school.
Oh, we didn't do pigs. We did
Oh,
frogs.
we did
though.
pigs,
we just
and
did
the smell
frogs.
of formaldehyde.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. They're not
That
making it
was-
in a cologne.
That was
anytime
even
soon.
worse than cutting into a pig, which I love pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The frog was that was stuff I was interested in.
Yeah.
But I know we had an option where you could do it virtual, not through like virtual reality. Like you literally watched a video of someone else doing it. So
Okay.
good to see that times have like kind of caught up
Yeah.
here. Virtual reality being used for good.
Dissections aside, that technology is just incredible. I feel
It's
like I
very
could go
cool.
back
Yeah.
to school and learn all over again. Like all the
Right.
stuff they're using, I'd have no idea.
I feel like we missed
No,
out.
no. I could turn it on for you, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, well, we are turning things up in the Northeast. I mean, we are talking about a massive snowstorm, a monster of a storm racing its way up along the eastern seaboard, and it's going to be one of those active days where you have a terrible combination of brutal cold temperatures, wind chill warnings, winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings, all of that in play here for the eastern half of the country here. And it's the spots in orange that you're particularly concerned about with the blizzard warning, meaning you're going to see not only heavy snow coming down, but also very, very strong winds between 50 and up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. And then, of course, just those snowfall totals on top of the brutal cold. Not a good scenario. So a very active day shaping up for this portion of the country. We're tracking it now. Again, heavy snowfall falling right along the coastline. Some of this, again, already impacting New York, Washington, down into parts of Virginia and the mid-Atlantic. Still seeing snow this morning. Most of this turning to snow as it touches land. We are seeing some rain, obviously, off in the ocean, but this thing, again, is going to race through the area. The good thing is it's moving relatively quickly, but that doesn't mean it's not going to do some damage. So we'll kind of show you the track and show you the hardest hit areas. Again, this morning, here's where it's positioned. By mid-afternoon into the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour, this thing is kind of setting its sights on parts of New England, coastal areas up into Maine. Some of those heaviest hit spots going to really notice the impact this afternoon. But the nice thing is, and again, there is nothing nice about this scenario, but as this thing intensifies, it's going to speed up too. So we'll see it move out of the area and out of the United States by late tonight into early tomorrow morning. But it is expected to intensify as part of the day goes on. That's why there is such a severe threat with this storm. And again, the storm totals are going to be impressive. A lot of areas looking at up to a foot, if not more, of snow. Those hardest hit spots kind of in that 12 to 18-inch ballpark, I would say, as we continue through the day today. So a one-day storm system, but it's going to be a monster one, dropping a lot of snow in those areas. Speaking of a lot of snow, for us, this was a lot. 6.5 inches. That's what happened on this day last year. So 365 days ago. Talk about a stark contrast. We picked up more than a half a foot out at the Boise airport. Some areas obviously out toward the western end of the state saw even more. This was the 15th highest daily snowfall total in Boise history. So yep, that was kind of a monster snowstorm for us. Nothing like what they're dealing with out there, but hey, amazing the difference a year makes. Instead, we've been talking about this ridge of high pressure that's really just refused to break down. It's going to start happening today into tomorrow. So it's going to allow some storms to make their way a little closer to our forecast area. This first one here, I'm not expecting much out of. We might see an isolated shower or snow shower, especially out in eastern Oregon. We're seeing a little bit of that developing right now. But as that next storm moves in, it's really going to start to fall apart and weaken up. So we'll time it out on the Futurecast again. There comes that little isolated band of showers and snow showers for eastern Oregon. But I think Idaho looking dry today. We'll see more clouds and sunshine at times throughout the afternoon, but overall quiet again for your Thursday and the kickstart to Friday. So might see a little bit of light snow developing in our northern mountains up toward McCall by Friday morning. But I think a lot of this system, the one that's really going to break through and clear out the inversion for parts of southern Idaho and southeast Oregon, is going to be what moves through overnight Friday into Saturday. I'm thinking this is going to be a Friday late evening through Saturday morning storm system. Light snowfall for the mountains in general. We're really not talking about a lot of snow. Hit or miss rain showers for us around here. So yeah, you might wake up to some wet pavement. This is not going to be a monster storm, not a soaker for us here. And in the mountains, it's less than impressive. I'm thinking about an inch, maybe two for some of those higher mountain valleys, but we're really only looking at 3 to 4 inches in the highest peaks of the mountains. So this is not a storm to write home about. It's not the one our ski areas want to see, but hey, 3 or 4 inches, it could help. Today, again, pretty quiet, nothing like that in our cards. Patchy fog this morning, light winds and just partly to mostly cloudy skies. We'll stick with the low to mid 30s through the weekend, warming up a touch next week back toward average. But really that only chance for some wet weather looking to be Friday night into Saturday, and then maybe keeping our eyes on something middle of next week by Tuesday, Wednesday. At this point, can't be certain.
All right, I think maybe even the non-skiers and snowboarders are ready for maybe a little change.
A little something, just a little
new.
change. At least
Yeah.
this inversion's been a little bit weaker,
Right.
at least here in Ada County.
Still seeing
But
sun.
I think you guys are getting sick of me saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, we're always
Or
sick
you're
of
just
you.
sick of me, yeah.
All right.